everyone, this is Tally Koren. I'm here today with a very special guest, and we're going to explore what holds us back in life. It can be from losing weight to achieving the biggest dreams. Now, I'm not a motivational coach or therapist. I'm just someone that, against all odds, achieved my dreams to become international singer, songwriter, with so many objections and rejections. And it's only lately when I released Beauty of the Duty extended version, I realized that I'm the one that was holding me back all those years. And that's why I decided to bring experts and to explore together so you save some time to fulfill whatever you want, to be happy. So we are so privileged to have with us today Sonia Ducie. She is world-known numerologist, bestseller author for so many books, but the one that I'm going to focus today is a practical introduction to numerology, which is something so important and so interesting. And even more than that, baby name numerology, which she will talk about it more, but that can change the life of your child to come. So hello, Sonia. It's so wonderful to have you.
Hi Tally, it's wonderful to be talking with you again. Yeah, thank you so much. That was a lovely introduction.
Thank you. Yes, so I just, we know for a few years, and you always like to, before I release a song, you always help me release it on this day, release it here. This time, I just didn't do what I do always to ask you, and I chose to do it on a number that personally means a lot to me as a Jewish person. 18 means life in Hebrew. It's a number that, I don't know if in numerology is also so important, but in the Jewish tradition, it's called Chai, which means life. So I thought, because this extended version of Beauty of the Duty gives me a certain new life, I just decided to release it on that day, which was also the Jewish New Year. So if you just want to give just your short, did I do a big mistake of doing it on that day?
Oh, there's no such thing as mistakes, and it's really good to listen to your intuition, and also to a date that's really important to you, because that date would actually talk to you from within. So therefore it is important. But what's so interesting, Tally, is often when we choose these dates, they have synchronicity with our birth charts. And when I look at the date, 18th of the 9th, 2020 adds up to a 31-4, which happens to be your life path number. Exactly. Wow. So actually the life path, in terms of the Connaissance School and the way we teach, the life path is the inner journey of the soul. It's the inner searching. And the 31-4 is called the spiritual warrior. It's about following through on commitment, mental determination, lots of new energy and vitality coming through, and pioneering your new path ahead. So that's how I see you. It's so the date actually ties in very well. And then the number 18, as you say, in esoteric system, 9 is always inclusive of everybody. 9 contains all the other numbers within it, and 18-9 of the 9, you've got 2 9s, 99. So it's about sharing your wisdom, your knowledge, and inclusivity, which really ties in with you. But 9, as I said before, is passion. And when we look at title Beauty of the Duty, it's another 63-9. So you have a lot of passion for love and heart and soul, and sharing all your creativity with the world. So no, it's actually excellent date for you.
Oh, yeah. Wonderful. It's wonderful to know, because, you know, when I look at the title on the iTunes or Spotify, Beauty of the Duty, and then in bracket, what holds you back? a question mark, extended version. I'm saying, Tally, couldn't you do it a little bit more simple? You know, it just making all these long titles, but it's almost I had to do it. And I had to ask myself, why, when I think I met you in 2011, when we did our first interview, the song was already a success in the BBC Two and other places. And I just said to myself, it was a success, but not a huge hit. And I wanted to explore that subject. And that's why I put that, what holds you back.
Yeah, well, absolutely wonderful. Well, there's so much to say when I look at you've got a deeper kind of soul number. Now, there's lots of numbers we look at in a chart, but it is actually the same number as the soul aspect of the name Beauty of the Duty. It's the 3710-1, which is prolific creativity, manifestation, vision, pioneer, creativity, and it's the number for inspiration and bringing new light, new energy through. And that's really what everything you do is so dynamic, and you try to look at different ways of doing things. So and if you look at duty is not service, is it? Duty is like something we have to do. So it's an interesting word as well. Duty is like we're expected to do this, so we do it. Service is when you give naturally for others. So yeah, so there is a beauty in duty. I mean, we still enjoy, you know, it doesn't mean you don't enjoy doing those things. If you have to, there's something you don't particularly like, but you do it, there is still satisfaction in helping others. So I
agree with everything you said. I decided, because obviously I know the song for many years, but I suddenly look at Beauty of the Duty as the duty for ourselves. And this is the beauty of the duty, is to give ourselves this full fulfillment of not letting anything hold us back, even if we look in magnified glass to see all this self-sabotage or things that we don't know. So now you're very successful numerologist worldwide, and wrote a lot of books. Is there, like every human being, we have those things that maybe we wanted to achieve better or still didn't achieve? Is there anything that you could share with us that holds you back or holded you back, that you think?
Well, there's always work. We're always doing work on. I'm always doing work on myself, and we're always needing to reflect. And duty is the 16-7, which is the number for reflection. So it is the right, good title as well. For me, one of the qualities is learning to listen, because I'm a very focused person. So if I'm writing a book or I'm doing this or doing that, so I'm focusing on one thing. And then if people talk, sometimes I don't listen. And also sometimes I don't listen because I think I can do better. So I think it's not all the time, obviously. We're looking at, in some instances, where if you don't listen properly, you don't hear what the other person or the other situation requires, then you miss out. So I'm not sure it's a way of it's held me back, but I've noticed that if I listen better, one gets better results. But as I said, that's often because my mind is so focused on writing or cooking or whatever it is. You know, it when you look at these qualities, it can be, you know, during the day or once a week or twice a week, or but it's good, yeah, to learn to listen better is good to what people are actually saying.
Yeah, I think what I learn more and more is that people don't really listen. Even good friends or even people that have intention, that you tell them, I know that I have a funny accent and I speak sometimes fast, but I know it's not only me. I spoke about it with few people. It can be even, you call a bank and you said something very clear, and then you have all the mistakes and all the issues coming from not really putting all the attention in the now to listen, because we all want to have that need to express ourselves, and to see our point of view. So I think listening, I find it as well that it's a quality that I like to develop.
Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. Yeah. So if once you're aware of it, then it doesn't trouble you as much, but it doesn't mean you still don't do it. So I'd say learning to listen. It's not just listening, it's actually what people are really saying. And remember, what people sometimes say isn't what they really mean to say. So there's something behind that as well.
Right, right, right. Is there anything else that before you got to become so successful that you remember that hold you back at the time, that you think you could have done it better or faster or anything?
I think maybe at times commitment, because I'm like, people who know me know I'm extremely committed. But making the commitment in the first place can take a while sometimes. Once I'm committed. So, but from an early age, I've always followed my will, followed my spiritual will. So, you know, I moved to London when I didn't know anybody at the age of 60. I was meant to go to university, but I didn't know this is what I need to do. And nobody's actually directed me in that way. So I follow that inner drive, my inner voice.
Yeah.
Now, so I can't think of anything specific, except I think I need to be a better listener. But as you say, most people don't listen at times. I mean, it's
right. I like to share that you will share with the listeners a little bit about your work, especially about the baby name, but I just want to share myself before. I'm not sure if you are aware that at the age of 15, I've changed my own name with not knowing that there is something called numerology at the time. I've changed my surname from Koren to Koren, and only because Koren is Koren. Koren is like typical Jewish name is Cohen. And I just thought as a model it sounded better, but I believe you will speak about how much the surname is affecting you. So I didn't know at the time that Koren, which the meaning of this means shining, will be the purpose of my life. So it took me years and years to understand that actually that's what I came to do here through music, through knowledge, through wisdom. So this is how important. So can you share with us just on a simple level, what do you do? And
Well, I look at, if you're naming a baby, you'd look at the birth date, or you'd look at the parents' chart and the grandparents' chart or whatever to see what qualities need to come through. But if you're talking about name changing, which is what you're talking about, which actually the baby book does talk about name changing, is that there's often a quality, again, that needs to come through and shine through. And you pick up subconsciously on this quality and you think, oh, I like this name, I like that name. And like you said, you thought the reason for changing your name was because it was more accepted, or it's better. But actually, when you look at each letter transcribes into a number from the alphabet, and you look at the sound vibration, because numbers are sound, names are sound. Tally Koren. So it's a sound. So I kind of look at a list of names of what people like when I'm name changing, because I always feel the soul of the person knows better than anybody what they want, and then we'll I'll feedback. But Koren is a 27/9, which is called the spiritual teacher, and 27 is the number for truth and wisdom. And I remember that we started our exchange talking about the 72/9. So we have love wisdom going through manifestation. 27/9 is about long-term commitment and always sowing new seed, new energy. And that's you are very dynamic with this new energy coming through. And it's the number for passion. So And then Tal, which was your original name, is a 6, which is service, group duty, warmth, sharing, caring, nurturing, family, charity. You do so much work for charity, I know. Different charities, and using your conceptual mind, because you have your mind to see the bigger picture. That's what drives you, actually, Tally. So so it's a very fertile energy. So, but some people think by changing a name, you know, for example, if we do it deliberately to get more money, like I have very rarely come across this, but people do for more money or because they don't like the association of the name. The name is still a number, so it's the number that people don't associate with or fearful of, or they need to look at. So I help them through looking at the whole birth chart. When we change a name, we have to look at the whole birth chart and the timing tells you why they're doing it. So yeah, but for a career, it's great to have a stage name that matches, you know, kind of your high potential from your birth chart. So so it's great.
That's wonderful. Would you like to tell, just before we finish, just a few words about the introduction to numerology? So what is to attract more people, and where can people get to buy your books or listen?
They can buy the books from Watkins Publishing or numerologyworld.org, or contact me on my Sonia Ducie Numerology Facebook page. But the idea, the introduction to numerology, looks at, it's like a coffee table book which asks lots of questions like, how can that help me? What does it do? So it's written in a kind of very relaxed, open and receptive way. And we look at the birth names a little in there, but you look at the behavior, the soul direction, the purpose, the karmic work, deeper lessons, timing of events. You know, I don't do prediction, but best time. And we look at every different aspect of numerology in that. So in that introduction to numerology. So it's very easy to pick up and to, just tune into numbers. I mean, numbers speak to everybody in a different way. So.
Yes. That's lovely. So wonderful. So first of all, thank you for being here, sharing with us your holes back. They're not a lot compared to me. But I think it's layers always. It's layers. And that's what I love so much about the fact that I took the same song that was already a success and added that what holds you back, and actually found about myself so many things, which my purpose is to inspire you that are listening to us and seeing us, is how can you find out what holds you back to just be more fulfilled, because more fulfilled is more happy, and more happy, it's a better world, and that's what we all want. So you can have all the details of Sonia will be in the description, also of my single Beauty of the Duty. And thank you again, and best of luck.
Very welcome. Thank you, Tally. Good luck with the song.
Thank you so much. Bye. Bye-bye.